Well, yep, continuing on with our how-to series. Seems to be working out pretty good. I'm getting some good feedback on it. Today I'd like to talk about a very important aspect of any spiritualism or spiritual foundation, and that is how to pray, how to cast, how to talk to deity. Well, many of you might find it kind of an asinine question, but you would be amazed at how many people don't know the difference between casting and just setting a prayer to the gods. And you go to a lot of churches, and a lot of these preachers get strung out on this long, drawn-out, theatrical hoorah of crap they call a prayer. In all honesty, the gods like it short and sweet. And a lot of people get confused when they think that they have to go to the altar and light a boatload of candles just to ask for protection or healing of a loved one. I mean, there's a real simple process to praying, casting, whatever you want to call it. Process is you think it. And think it through. Don't analyze it to pieces, but think it through. Think about what you're asking for. Process 2 is feel it. Feel it within you. Feel it in your heart. Process 3, see it. See what you want to happen in action. Visualize it. And then process 3, send it. And that goes the same whether you're asking the gods, council, spirit guide, whatever, for assistance, for healing of one that's sick, for the smooth passing over to the next life of someone that's died, or for just asking for simple assistance in dealing with a particular situation. We tend to run into a lot of trying to over-qualify things, to make things over difficult, when in all reality they're just as happy with, for example, let's say I have a loved one that's sick and I want to project healing energy to them and ask for their god and our goddess to heal them and make them comfortable. So it would just be a simple thought of putting that person's name in my mind, feeling that person in my heart, and seeing them up and feeling good and mobile and moving around, and then I personally would ask counsel to take that message and take care of them. And then I would either close with something simple like either thank you, blessed be, so mote it be, well, amen, however you want to close it. I just simply say thank you. Now, if I'm doing heavy energy work, if I'm doing casting for something major or something serious where I'm going to need a high cast, yeah, I'm going to go to altar. I'm going to usually meditate for 24 hours on exactly what I would like to have done, what I would like to see done. I take a look at the overall issue to be sure that my cast is not going to harm anyone else in the process of achieving it. That's very important. And then I'm going to go to altar and I'm going to perform the same process. I'm going to think it. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to see it. And then as I light each of the candles, I'm going to send it. And then I'm going to forget it. The reason I'm going to forget it is because I'm handing it over to deity to do what they deem best with a particular situation. And there's no sense in me standing there pumping energy into it, essentially asking deity, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I see people all the time that go to altars every day, lighting the same candle for the same issue, for the same cast. And I'm like, I fail to see how that's going to do any good. So, deity likes their prayers short and sweet. You don't have to get all theatrical and pound your head against the pulpit or pound your fist against the pulpit or close your eyes and bow your head and squeeze your eyes shut so tight that it causes your eyes to water. Because deity's going to look to the truth of your heart, the truth of your words, and deity's going to see if they match. And if you didn't pick that up, therein lies the rub. Does what come out of your mouth match what's deep within your heart? Because I know I've always taught my students, do not go to altar unless you are clear and pure of heart, and the same thing that you're asking for matches what's in your heart. Because if you're going to altar to try to push karma off on another, you better be sure your closet's clean, because if you aren't, they're going to yank karma out of your ass most of the time, before sending karma to where you want it to go. So that ought to give you a little bee in the bonnet to think about. And before you lash out to ask for death or destruction on someone else, always remember and be willing to pay for whatever the gods see fit to take as payment for that cast that you're asking for. Because everything you do, everything you ask for has a cost. So think about that before you light that candle, and think about that before you go to altar. So again, how do you pray? How do you cast? Think it, feel it, see it, send it. And be sure that what's coming out of your mouth when you light that candle, and be sure of what's in your head when you send it, matches what's in your heart. Because if it don't, it's been my experience that they're going to pick up what's in the heart. They're not going to pick up what's being said or what's just in the mind, so to speak. So be sure your heart's clear. Be sure your heart's clean. Be sure that what your heart is feeling is true. And with that, I'll bid you farewell. Again, thank you for watching. I look forward to your comments and questions. Have a great day.